So how many people here know about Data Science for Social Good program? Yes, Hunter, you're over here. Okay. So this was a program we started last summer. I'll tell you a little bit about that. And the whole idea was to take students from different computational, quantitative, analytical backgrounds and from kind of around the country, around the world, and bring them to Chicago and spend 3 months working on really exciting large data analysis intensive projects that have a social impact in areas around education, healthcare, energy, public safety, community development, disaster relief. So we started that last summer, and we got about 40 students from about 20-something universities, and most of them were grad students, about 2/3 grad students, 1/3 undergrads, half of them with computer science, machine learning backgrounds, a quarter with stats. The rest of them were kind of public policy, economics, sociology, criminal justice, linguistics, kind of social sciences. We brought everybody together and we created projects for the summer that were with nonprofits or government organizations. And we spent the summer working on those projects. Now, that's sort of the summer thing, and that's a very intense summer program. And that's again happening this summer. But in addition to that, the idea behind sort of doing that program was also to do the same things around the year. And the idea was that, a lot of us here, if you can do things with computers and data and stats, you've got these superpowers that very few people have. And these superpowers are superpowers because you can do magical things, right? You can predict the future. You can influence people to change their mind, change their behavior. You can make organizations rational, which is really a superpower because most organizations don't do anything rational. So if you can start using data to make them do things that are slightly more rational, that's really a rare power, right? And what we end up doing with that power, typically, people like me, is we try to make sure that hedge funds can move money around really efficiently, or we go and make sure the search result that was number 10 could be number 2, or we go and figure out which friend should you add on Facebook, right? And trust me, all those are very exciting intellectual problems. I could spend a day telling you about each of these problems, why the technical challenges are great, and why there's so much data around. But honestly, there's no, for me, there wasn't any social impact. Why am I wasting my life doing that if I could actually, if I could take kids and figure out what college should they go to because otherwise they're not going to go to college, or if I can take somebody who's at risk, a pregnant person who's at risk of getting lead poisoning and figure out this home should be inspected before it's too late. Or I can figure out, where Red Cross should send their emergency team because that's going to save lives. That was just so much more exciting. And gratifying, selfishly, that we sort of thought it'll be great to give students an opportunity to be part of that. So there were really 3 goals for us, right? There was, let's make sure that students who are interested in applying their skills to solve these important problems have a chance to do that. Second was organizations, nonprofits, governments, who could use our help but have no way of getting access to people like us. They have a hard time trying to figure out how to talk to computer scientists or statisticians, or they sort of have a very different language. They don't really know how to approach them. They think that our curriculum can't get them interested because they're going to go work at Google anyway. And so how do we get them to come and be part of the discussion? How do we get them to work with us and solve interesting problems and useful problems for them? And then ideally, when all this comes together, how do we build tools that are not just useful for the people we work with, but are open source, available for everybody else to also use? And how do we encourage that behavior? So that was sort of the goal for not just the summer program, but we're continuing that kind of research throughout the year. So we have continuing partnerships. We had a project last summer with a school district in Arizona, which was, they were struggling with, a lot of their kids were very well qualified. They were getting really great scores in their tests, but they were not applying to college, and a 4-year college. So they would apply to a local community college with a 12% graduation rate. And so they wanted help in trying to figure out, can I figure out who these kids are so that I can focus my guidance counselors and other programs on these students instead of sort of stratifying them across the board. We worked with them in doing that. We worked, right now, working with the Chicago Department of Public Health on figuring out how to best optimize inspecting lead inspections in homes where there might be kids or pregnant women. We worked with a hospital, North Shore Hospital in the suburb of Chicago, on predicting which people are likely to get cardiac arrest, and can we predict that earlier and intervene early so that we can potentially save their lives. And so there are a lot of these projects that involve lots of data analysis that involve lots of text analysis and network analysis, the same kind of problems you would face at, at Facebook, at Google, at LinkedIn, at Twitter, except with the social impact, with an organization that you're actually connecting to. So if you guys want to learn more about that, be a part of it, work on projects, try it out, come talk to me. I've also got lots of goodies and t-shirts and bottles. So you can still talk to me, I'll give you a t-shirt. You get rid of things. So thank you.